The divine God universe loves to work with imperfect people because it loves to create miracles, big miracles. Hello and welcome to the Sovereign Goddess podcast. Today, I wanted to inspire you. I feel like a lot of people are very hard on themselves when it comes to perfection. Like, my life has to be perfect. My job has to be perfect. My house needs to be perfect. Like all of that stuff. My children have to be perfect. Like, why? Right. So I was listening to one of my favorite people that I follow, and he was talking about imperfect people. And it piqued my awareness immediately, and he was talking about how God loves to work with imperfect people. And then he went about showing evidence of this. And I realized, I was like, yes. One of my favorite themes when it comes to movies or articles or stories are people who go from nothing to living their dreams. I love those stories, and how they progressed and what happened. Like, it's just so delicious. God loves to work with imperfect people. And I'm going to use the word God, but don't get attached to it in a sense of Christianity. Okay. It can be God, universe, divine, higher consciousness, whatever feels good to you. But I'm talking about the big consciousness. Okay. The overall consciousness. This consciousness, this being, loves to work with imperfect people because it loves to create miracles. I'm going to repeat that again. The divine God universe loves to work with imperfect people because it loves to create miracles, big miracles. Here's an example. Let's start with the Bible first. Let's start with Moses. If you've read, the Bible, you've probably heard the story about Moses, the one that split the Red Sea in two and allowed the Israelites to escape from the Pharaoh from Egypt, right? And I think it's the Israelites. I'm not sure. I think I got that wrong. I'm feeling like I think it was the Israelites. I'm not sure. Right? Anyways, going back, when you go back to where he was talking to the burning bush, which represents the voice of God, right? And God was saying, I'm choosing you to go deliver my people. And he said, why me? I can't even talk. And Moses had a speech impediment. Nobody would have thought that he would be the messenger of God to go deliver his people. Nobody would have thought him so. He didn't even think of himself to be the messenger of the divine, of God. And God changed his life. He split the freaking Red Sea in half and allowed his people to be able to escape from the Egyptians, from the Pharaoh. Let's jump from there. If that doesn't pique you yet, let's go to Jesus. We tend to think of him as perfection, but he was crucified. He was seen as an outcast. What he was teaching was very different. He was breaking all the rules. At the end, he lost his life. And the divine, or God, created the biggest miracle through him, the biggest miracle of all time, which is resurrecting him, which just created this ripple of Christ consciousness across the world. Like, whoa, right? I want you to think in your life, who do you know that you would have never thought that they would be living the life that they're living right now, but yet they are? Yet you could have never guessed that that would happen for them. Maybe they do have a speech impediment. Maybe they were slow at learning. Just yesterday, I was on my computer and on YouTube, and an ad came up, and this was it on YouTube? It might have been a social media, maybe Facebook or Instagram. And there was a man who was showing his books. He's a published author now. And he was talking about in school, like his IQ was really low. He had bad grades. He graduated with a 1 point something GPA, and his teachers told him that he would never come up to anything. Like he should just give up. And he was talking about how now he's a published author of a series that is bestseller and just like so popular. Incredible. Here's the thing, and I think if you're able to remove the word imperfection, you realize that everything that we are in our own way is what makes us perfect, right? Who I am, what makes me different from you, is what makes me unique. And that is my perfection. But also in the eyes of the divine, we're all perfect in our own way. But it's really tickling my brain here. What makes the divine want to work with imperfect people? And I'm doing the quotation around imperfect people. Is because the miracles that are created through these people that nobody thought anything was possible through them creates big ripples in the consciousness of humanity. It gives hope. It shows that there, the possibilities, the infinite possibilities that are available for all of us. I don't know about you, but when you watch movies like that, like I walk out of there like, oh, I can do it too. It is possible. It creates this ripple of change, and it blesses everyone that gets to experience that story. So think in your life, or who do you follow who went from nothing to everything that they've ever dreamt of? God, divine, Christ consciousness, universe loves to work with imperfect people. So it's okay. Let people call you imperfect because you're the perfect candidate for God, for the universe, for the divine to work its miracles through you. Accept your imperfections. Besides, the imperfections are just the boxes that society has created to put people through, it put people into to make them feel small and inadequate. But what they didn't know is that it was the perfect formula, the perfect circumstance for the divine to create big miracles in our lives. So in your imperfection right now, I want you to embrace it. I am imperfect. Actually, I am imperfectly perfect. Ooh. Embrace your imperfection and know that that's the perfect ingredient for miracles to happen. Stand in your imperfection. Open your heart and ask for a miracle in your life. Ask for a miracle in your life. Most of the time, we don't know what the divine or what God, what the universe is preparing for us, especially when we're so deep in the darkness and the pain and the grief and all of that. When we're so deep in the heaviness, we can't quite see what is coming up. But the divine knows. God knows. The universe knows what is ahead of you. And sometimes the universe has to prepare us for that big miracle to come in. The universe has to change some things around, shift some people around, right? Call in new people in order for that big miracle to happen. So perhaps your dream might be taking a long time to manifest or to come to fruition. Meanwhile, everyone around you looks like they're succeeding and flying high, and you feel like you're not going anywhere. God has a bigger plan for you, my dear. The divine has a bigger plan for you. I'm sharing this with you guys, but I'm also taking it in. This message is as much for me as it is for you. Because I know that, last month, it's been like pockets throughout the year where I felt like I'm failing at everything. Like I just feel down. Like I feel like I'm not going anywhere. Even today, earlier today, this morning, I was just talking to a friend of mine. I was telling him the same thing, where I just feel like I'm not getting anywhere. I'm looking around me and everyone is excelling and it looks like they're happy, right? Because again, that's what we see. That's our perception. We all know that we all have our own issues, regardless of how much money we have or not, or what we're doing in our lives. We all have our issues. But when you're looking outward from that place of heaviness, from that place of shadow, from that place of things falling apart, it looks like the grass is greener on the other side. And we tend to not know or see the bigger plans that are in store for us. I was telling my friend, I was like, my vision has been with me since I was a child. Like it hasn't left me and it just keeps getting stronger and stronger. So I trust in it. I know that it will come to pass. It's just taking a long time. And sometimes as a human being, I lose faith. And when I say I lose faith, it's kind of weird because it's just like, oh my God, is this even going to happen? If you've felt this before, you know what I'm talking about. There's that deeper faith, right? Where it's just like, I know it's going to happen, but this is taking a really long time. Oh, there we go. Doubt. I start to be doubtful. Like, am I really on the right path? Should this be this hard? Right? Maybe I'm not on the right path. Maybe that's why things are so hard. Right? All the doubts start to come up. And it's like this up and down rhythm thing that goes on. If you experience this, let me know. I know we all do. But if you are like me, if you know you're here to do big things, and that's the other thing, I know I'm here to do something really big. I've known it, I've dreamt about it, I've seen it, I feel it. I know I'm here to do big things. Every time I read a story about someone inventing something that changes humanity, like I'm like, oh my God, like I love stories like that. I dive into it. I love it. And I always wonder, what would it be like to create something that creates such ripples of impact that is lasting for generations to come? I know I'm here to do something big. And for such a big dream that has been planted within my heart, within my soul by the divine. The divine is busy moving mountains for me. The divine, the universe, God is busy preparing the path for us, for you, for me, shifting things, moving things, bringing new people in. Sometimes we got to learn something first, right? But things are shifting in our favor. And even though in our human perception of time, we think it is taking forever, in the eyes of the divine, it's only a fraction of time. If you're like me and you know you're here to do big things, and perhaps it's taken way longer, way longer than you anticipate or you anticipated. Know this. The divine is moving mountains for you. The divine is moving mountains for me. And it will come to pass. Regardless of how much doubt comes through, make sure you anchor back into your faith. Go back to that vision. Go back to that feeling, unshakable feeling within your being that lets you know that it will come to pass. You know it. You know it. Nobody can change it. That's the thing. That's the thing with these visions and dreams, is that we are so afraid that we're going to miss it. But the truth is that no one, not even you, can take that away or stop that from happening. It is already meant to happen. And I like to share this with my clients sometimes. It's like the desire, that thing that you are craving, the type of life that you want to live, the place you want to move to that is calling you. Like there's a part of you living on a different dimension who is living that exact life. I've tapped into mine many times. I can actually view it. And when I do that, it strengthens my faith in knowing that what I desire is here. It's already playing out. I might not see it, but it is playing out. whatever it is that is on your heart that you have been desiring. I'm not talking about shallow stuff here. This is the kind of stuff that just, it's like if you hear me talk about my dream, like my whole body is in it. You feel it. It creates ripples in the energetic field around me, right? It's deeply seated within me. It is who I am. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. The desires, the dreams that are so deep within you that it's just like, oh my goodness, this has to be. This has to come to pass. That's what I'm talking about here. It is already happening. It is already happening. Because you know what? God, divine universe, loves to create miracles in us. Big miracles. If we surrender to that higher consciousness, it will always take care of us in ways that we can't even comprehend. And I know you feel me on this. I know you know some of the ways that the divine has shown up for you that you could have never imagined. So have faith. God, divine, source, creator, universe, loves to create miracles in imperfect people because the ripples that occur from this changes the entire planet. So stop beating yourself up. Stop thinking you're a loser and start seeing yourself as the perfect ingredient for miracles to happen. I love you so much. I would love to hear your story. If you've witnessed this within yourself and also around you, send me an email and share your story with me. But I hope this inspires you to open up. Actually, you know me, the way I work, you're already receiving that frequency codes of miracles flowing into you. I felt it. You're receiving, as you're listening to my voice, you're receiving the frequency and codes, divine codes of miracles. Just allow, like I say, I'm being shown like these golden bubbles just pop in your life. They just flow into you and pop it into your life, just blessing you. Just receive. It's as simple as that. You are so loved. You are so loved. I love you. And your imperfections are perfection. All right, my loves, until next time, from my miraculous heart to your miraculous heart.